is Chris Webb. I'm going to be a junior at Purdue University studying aviation management, and this summer I've been with the IAA in the airport ops department, so kind of rotating around to a bunch of the different departments throughout the airport. The degree I'm pursuing is aviation management. I'm looking at, obviously at Purdue. I switched from the flight side of things the first 2 years, and now I'm at junior year starting aviation management. Well, with the aviation management, just switching from the flight program, a lot of the courses I've taken so far at Purdue have been more of a flight-based program. There have been a couple of the kind of general courses that I've taken that have been more kind of aimed at aviation as a whole and kind of the background, the history. Purdue's kind of philosophy on this, and it's a good philosophy to have, is you can't really know where you're going unless you know where you've been. And with aviation management, that's true as well. So kind of looking at more of a background in the aviation history, and then as the years come up here, the next 2 years, we spending more time looking more at the management side of things. I'd say in aviation, I kind of relate it to learning a new language. You're really looking at the language the pilots are speaking, the language the airport ops people speak, as far as the systems they use on the runway, whether it be an ILS or the runway markings themselves. And so, coming from that background and understanding that lingo a little bit, it's been interesting and kind of neat to see that relate to the real world. And so when they're talking about an ILS system or a GPS system or certain touchdown zone markings or rubber removal or anything like that on the runways, why that kind of makes a little bit more sense coming from that flight background. Well, what's really neat about this is it really varies. So I spent a lot of times with a bunch of different departments. Like I said, spent the beginning part of the internship with the airport operations guys. And it was really neat just to kind of drive around with them. A lot of it wasn't necessarily a specific task, it was more observing what they do and kind of soaking in as much as possible. And then kind of switched over to some airfield maintenance and terminal services, and towards the end here I've been spending some time with fire and the police department, kind of helping them look through some of their rigs and stuff like that, helping with information and statistics and stuff like that. More with the police department here this final week, so that's how that's kind of turned out. Enjoy just the folks I've gotten to meet. And throughout the whole thing, I've really learned that each department kind of has its own character, its own kind of morale, I guess, if you will. And it's been really interesting to see how each of those come together to form the whole airport. From my perspective of things, I've really been in aviation my entire life, and being around the airport here, it's been really interesting to see how many little things go into this, because a lot of folks don't realize that it's not just an airplane and then you get off and there's someone waiting there, and then you go down and there's a baggage person maybe, and then you see maybe a security guard, and that's it. There's a lot of the behind the scenes stuff. With this airport ops internship, I've really gotten to see and seeing those kind of behind the scene things, as well as just the folks you get to meet. Great people, and it's been an absolute blast getting to work with those individuals. For me, I just really like being around airplanes, and being from Greenwood, which is just south of here. I'd been around the airport a couple of times, and I thought when the opportunity kind of presented itself, it'd be something to be kind of interesting to do. Coming from a flight background, I'd never really thought about working in an airport. I really enjoyed being around airport because you get to be around airplanes, but like I said, getting to spend some time with all these folks and getting to see the little details and the little things that go into an operation, you really get to see how big it is. And for me, that's just something that I thought I might get to see, but as the summer's gone on, I've really gotten to see more and more of that. So it's definitely been a great time and something that I really enjoyed. Well, I would say the biggest thing is just to kind of be proactive with a lot of things. I found that what this internship's really taught me is to kind of, if you want to go do something, go do it. And obviously you got to talk with individuals and folks and set things up. But coming into this, I was expecting that I'd have to set up appointments and things like that, but I've really found that out throughout this summer, is just really trying to set up time with certain individuals in order to kind of get to see all the different things that I've wanted to see. So making yourself visible to a lot of different people and putting yourself out there. So really just kind of planning ahead and trying to set things up would probably be my biggest part of advice. Like I said, each department's kind of had their own kind of character, whether it's working with the guys here out that are going to be, looks like working on this jetway here, or spending time with police. It seems like each day is kind of just something different. You kind of come in, and at first for me that was kind of a little unnerving, because I'm kind of someone that really likes a kind of a strict, by the book kind of schedule as far as what's going to happen, a specific time. But I've kind of learned to adapt a little bit to that. More kind of just, you come in and you do kind of what's on the slate for that day. And so that in itself has presented a lot of, good stories, whether it be, folks just, talking about what it is they do and how the way in which they present that. It's provided for a lot of laughs, so it's been a lot of fun. My name is Chris Webb. I'm going to be
Look at me when you answer the questions. Your position or just any position. We'll wait till the squeakiness goes away. Thank you. I was trying to hold that one as long as I could.
Gosh.
Just talk about your report.
Okay, so I saw that this was